Hey, wait. Before you skip ahead, just to let you know, you can actually watch the full version of this on our Patreon, and you can actually watch next week's episode a full week in advance. I mean, it's very easy. I mean, right down there in the description, or right up here in the corner. Feel free to give it a click, and we'll see you there. Nani? What's this? We're back at it again, ladies and gentlemen. We are watching Avatar: The Last Airbender again. Yay. For like the first few episodes, and then straight on into the rest of it. Good God, what a time it has been since we've been back at this. Oh God. Okay, can I be perfectly honest with you guys?
Yep, go ahead.
I wanted to do this. I wanted to go back to this for a long time because I really wanted him to see it. I also really wanted, like everyone else who was here reacting with us at one point, to see it. But Nick hasn't seen it. And
I've seen like the first 2 episodes. So
okay,
I'll be
enough.
blind after that.
So yeah.
I don't remember them very well either.
So anyway, this is the first few episodes of this is going to be a recap. First few reactions that we do to this is going to be a recap for all of us. But eventually, we will be able to go with the rest of the series. I can't wait for that. I really can't. But instead,
Jacob's like me and Nate are on Cowboy Bebop. He's just here because he fucking loves this show. So.
I like
it
a lot. I've watched this show probably 3 or 4 times, and I still love it. First season definitely is more targeted toward children, and then it gets more mature as it goes on. By the second season, I was just hooked. I was just completely on it. Because at first, like, as I was going through the first season, I was like, oh, this is all right. And then just complete transformation. You guys have no idea what you're getting into when the time it gets to right around season 2. Actually, I'd say by the end of season 1, that's when it starts really.
Of season 1 for me was the big hook point. Yep. Whereas I was invested in the show by, I'd say, episode 3 or 4, like completely invested. And then usually I can determine if I want to finish a show. Mm-hmm. And then by the end of the first season, I'm just like, I have to watch the rest of this. Yeah. I have to. This is now a godsend moment for me. I have to finish this freaking show.
The characters also get older too.
Yes,
so
they do.
The second season, like Aang's a lot older, and not like he's like almost
more mature,
pretty much teenager. And
well, he's more mature.
Yeah.
But it's a journey featuring some of the best characters ever in animated television history, with some of the best animation I've ever seen in animated television history, and
the choreography on season 2 and 3 just flawless.
And then of course one of the best stories ever as well, and some of the best character arcs. I mean, from transformations from how a character is to what a character will be. It's honestly some of the best stuff. So enough dilly dallying. Let's get this up on the screen and let's see what's happening.
Yep.
The Avatar kept balance between the Water Tribes, Earth Kingdom, Fire Nation, and Air Nomads. But that all changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
And there's the meme.
But when the world needed him most, he vanished. 100 years have passed, and the Fire Nation is nearing victory in the war. My father and the men of my tribe journeyed to the Earth Kingdom to help fight against the Fire Nation, leaving me and my brother to look after our tribe. The Avatar will return to save the world. Sokka, look!
Katara. Hey! Why is it that every time you play with magic water, I get soaked?
Oh.
Just kind of thinking going towards all those big pieces of ice seems kind of like a bad idea.
You can't really do anything when you're in the middle of a
Current.
Yeah.
Leave it to a girl to screw things up.
You are the most sexist, immature, nut-brained... I'm embarrassed to be related to you!
Katara, settle down!
No! That's it! I'm done helping you! From now on your own!
Uncle, do you realize what this means?
I won't get to finish my game.
It means my search. It's about to come to an end.
He's my favorite character in this whole show.
It has to be him.
Oh, it's just the celestial light.
I need to capture the Avatar. Helmsman, head a course for the light. Stop!
Stop it.
I need to ask you something. Will you go penguin sledding with me?
Huh?
Sure. What's going on here?
You tell us.
I'm not sure.
Big boy. Big boy.
Appa! Are you all right? Ow! You're okay.
What is that thing?
This is Appa, my flying bison.
Right. And this is Katara, my flying sister.
Uh-oh.
The paranoid one is my brother, Sokka. You never told us your name. I'm
Achoo. Nice to meet you.
I'm Aang.
You just sneezed and flew 10 feet in the air.
You're an airbender. Sure am.
I'm going home to where stuff makes sense.
Yeah. And?
Well, if you guys are stuck, Appa and I can give you a lift. Appa, yip yip!
And...
Belly flop. That'd still be fun.
Yip yip!
Wow.
Why are you smiling at me like that? I was smiling?
Ugh.
Your father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all tried and failed.
Because their honor didn't hinge on the Avatar's capture. Mine does.
Oh.
I guess I was wondering, you're being an airbender and all? If you had any idea what happened to the Avatar? No. It's okay. Aang, this is the entire village. Entire village, Aang. Why are they all looking at me like that?
No one has seen an airbender in 100 years. We thought they were extinct until my granddaughter and grandson found you.
Extinct? Aang, this is my grandmother.
Call me Gran-Gran.
It's for airbending.
Magic trick. Do it again.
Not magic, airbending. It lets me control the air currents around my glider and fly.
Humans can't fly.
Check again.
Fail.
You need to watch where you're going.
My watchtower.
I love that.
That was amazing. I sense he's filled with much wisdom. See? No, I promise like that.
Again.
Just the tip of the tongue.
Yeah.
You notice every nation has their own style of martial arts
Fire
too.
bending comes from the
So-
breath, not the muscles.
He's had a century to master the 4 elements. I'll need more than basic firebending to defeat him.
Very well. But first, I must finish my roast duck.
I love Iroh so much.
Now, men, it's important that you show no fear when you face a firebender.
I gotta pee.
No potty breaks.
But I really gotta go.
Okay, who else has to go?
Yep.
Wow, everything freezes in there.
Oh, Katara, get him out of here.
Everything freezes in
This
there.
lesson is for warriors
That's
only.
Whee!
have time for fun and games with a war going on.
What war? What are you talking about?
You're kidding, right?
Penguin!
All the penguins have 4 arms. What the hell?
Aang!
All the creatures in here.
Every animal is a combination between one or two.
I guess that's why the penguins have whiskers too.
Yeah.
I'll help you catch a penguin if you teach me waterbending.
You got a deal. Just one little problem. I'm an airbender, not a waterbender.
You're looking at the only waterbender in the whole South Pole.
This isn't right. A waterbender needs to master water.
Damn, they're at the South Pole.
What about the North Pole? There's another water tribe up there, right? But you forget, I have a flying bison.
I feel like that little dude should be freezing to death if that's the case.
Katara, we're gonna find you a master.
That's...
Old school Buddhist monks, dude. They
I don't
could
know.
stand.
I've never
the
left
cold
home
and
before.
everything.
To the wind.
Observe.
Fire Nation, on the other hand, they're used to the heat.
What is that?
A Fire Navy ship, and a very bad memory for my people. We're not allowed to go near it. The ship could be booby-trapped.
If you want to be a bender, you have to let go of fear.
This ship has haunted my tribe since Gran was a little girl. It was part of the Fire Nation's first attacks.
Okay, back up. I've never seen any war.
Aang, how long were you in that iceberg?
I don't know, a few days maybe?
I think it was more like 100 years.
What? That's impossible. Do I look like a 112-year-old man to you?
It's the only explanation.
100 years.
Maybe somehow there's a bright side to all this.
I did get to meet you.
Come on, let's get out of here.
What's that you said about booby traps? Hold on tight.
Yeah.
The last airbender. Quite agile for his old age. Wake my uncle! Tell him I found the Avatar, as well as his hiding place.
Well, shit. This isn't gonna go well.
Of course not.
Nope.
Well, when does it ever go well? I mean, for being honest. So, that's the first episode. So, we're introduced to Aang, Katara, Sokka, Gran.
Sokka is that dude's name.
Yeah, Sokka.
He's the comedic relief throughout here. He has no bending powers.
But he proves himself to be actually a very able person because, well, he has the spirit to actually want to fight, but he lacks the bending ability. But that being said, as the series goes on, these characters will evolve. Every character in this evolves. None of them are one-note characters, and that's what I like. You see, I hate traditional anime that have one-note characters, and it's basically this. They stay the exact same person that they were the entire time, and they don't learn anything, and they don't grow as a person. Whereas in real life, everyone, like, direct influence from hanging around people and stuff like that, it changes a person on a micro scale, but it changes them in some way. Mm-hmm. And here we see that development over the span of 3 seasons, and it's crazy.
I would say
how much
probably
they change.
Pay closest attention to Prince Zuko, because he has the biggest character development in the whole story.
And he's awesome.
All the way that means he eventually becomes not a dick.
You'll hate him in the first season, and then his transformation goes through, and you'll see.
Yeah.
It's
more and more
ridiculous.
stuff happens. Not going to spoil everything. But all that being said, I mean, what we got in this episode, I mean, holy hell. I remember
just
when
a character introduction episode and setting.
Yeah, I remember when I first watched this, it was actually a marathon that was going on Nickelodeon at the time. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, all right, I'll see what this is all about. And like I said, by around episode 3 or 4, I was completely thrown, just like completely in for the ride. And I was just like, yeah, well, this could be pretty cool. And
there's a lot of mythology in this too.
Yes.
Buddhist mythology. A lot of Buddhism stuff goes into it, and it actually opened my eyes to a lot of different culture stuff that I wasn't familiar with. Because I'm familiar with like Roman mythology, Norse mythology. I never knew anything about like.
I took a fair deep dive into Eastern influence and Eastern mythology around the time I started watching anime in like the late 90s. But I'd read up on, like, for instance, Dragon Ball Z, Son Goku, The Journey to the West, and all that. I read up on, the Monkey King and all that, and I was like, this is actually really cool stuff.
Video games are where I have most of my knowledge of that kind of stuff from, and a little bit horror movies as well. Because, I think one of the first sort of, introduction to like Oni and such was probably Onimusha.
Yeah.
And from there I was like, oh, okay, so they have like demons, but they call them Oni essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember what the next one was for sure, but there have been a bunch of games like Okami.
Oop.
And
sorry, just
Okami, Sekiro to an extent. Before that, Neo. There was another game before that. I can't remember what it was. There was a game I played at one point that had like a whole lot of Eastern folklore and stuff in it. Just really cool stuff that I didn't know about. And I was like, oh, shit. That's where I first learned about like the Kappa. And I actually forgot what it's called, but the thing that looks kind of like an umbrella with like a foot for a handle and stuff.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and just all kinds of good stuff. Onryo are still my favorite out of folklore over there, though, because Onryo are fucking terrifying. It's like simple description. If you don't know what an Onryo is, it's a vengeful spirit that haunts a place, and pretty much if you step foot in its haunting ground, you're dead, and it's going to follow you to the ends of the earth to bring you with it.
Sounds like the Genosachi.
It's like, have you ever seen The Grudge?
Yes.
Like, all of the ghosts in The Grudge are considered Onryo.
Well, yeah, that's why that house, I'd never set foot in that house, ever. Because the very moment you set foot in it,
that's the scary thing about them, though, is you don't really know until it's too late.
Yes.
Because it's almost like stepping on a venomous snake. It's like, you don't really realize it's there until you're
too
already
late.
dead, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's not really anything you can do about it. And as far as I know, there's no real way to fight off an Onryo or ward it off. Like, once you're in that house, you're going to die.
The olden days, they said that,
and you usually get added to the curse as well, in a way.
Well, yeah. Well, they usually... there's that. But they've also said that the prayer, like the traditional, like, Shinto prayer, like the Shinto Buddhism prayers, and also like talismans and everything like that, they can ward them off, but as soon as you let them go, or as soon as you throw them aside, cast them aside, then the Onryo can come for you again. There really is no way to kill an Onryo spirit outside of destroying its domain. And even after you destroy its domain, it will not stop chasing you until you are dead. Because it's the trespass that is the transgression that causes the curse. And even if you destroy their domain, their home, they're still going to follow you. And that's a scary thought. That is a very scary, like ghost story.
Yeah. Sorry to throw it so far off topic, though.
No. Honestly,
I saw an opportunity to talk about some of my favorite cool stuff.
No, well, discussions of spirits and stuff like that. I mean,
you'll have a lot of that in here too.
Oh yeah. Whereas this is more of the.
Plus, it's October, so.
Yeah. Yeah,
can't entirely blame me.
You were on your trends are actually on the darker side of things. Yeah. Whereas
there's a dark episode in here too.
There is.
I'm not gonna say what it consists
of.
No. It's very dark and kind of creepy. I was like, dude, that's a cool episode.
Yeah,
that's in. Is it? No, it's in season 2.
Yeah, it's season 2. I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
But there's some good shit that happens in this series, and I can't wait for y'all to see it in its entirety. So. Yeah. For now, we're going to draw this episode to a close, but we hope that you have enjoyed, and we hope that you will continue to... we will finish it this time. I mean, fingers crossed, toes crossed, eyes crossed, legs crossed. I mean...
Cross my toes, too.
I mean, just like everything in the world to try and make sure that we finish this. I mean, hopefully we'll all be able to maintain it as we go through. But yeah, we hope that you'll enjoy this journey with us. And if you want to help us on this journey, I mean, feel free to check out our Patreon. And of course, if you want to help support the channel in any way, be sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe, ring that bell to stay notified. And I guess until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
Micah.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Nick.
And we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.